I will be inviting the panelists this moment, and please, I would like you to join me to usher them in. You can put your hands together for them as they come to have their seats. There are speakers that we are familiar with. We've heard them speak, they've pitched, and they've communicated with us. So we just want to have a formal section with them, ask them a few questions, and then we can proceed. So ladies and gentlemen, coming to join the panelists. Okay, let me use this one. The first person that I'll be inviting to the seat in front of us is no other than the brain behind the T-Blends Cosmetic. She's the director of T-Blends Cosmetic. Please join me as I welcome Taiwo Babalola. You're welcome, ma'am. Joining Mrs. Taiwo Babalola is... Do we still have Dr. Badmus in the house? Dr. Toby Badmus, is he still around?
I don't think so.
Mr. Afolabi, do we still have Dr. Badmus in the building? Is represented?
Okay.
So somebody's going to represent him. Okay, so can we have the representative of Dr. Toby Badmus, the CEO of 8BM Freight and Systems? Yes, you can sit. Thank you very much. All right. At this moment also, I would like to usher in the highest leaderboard of today's giveaway, the fashion enthusiast, and the one who our brand has been showing on my FYP. Immediately I went back, Instagram has been bringing our sponsored ads. Please join me as I make welcome Mrs. Oladoyin Ajishafe. Mr. Folabi, are we using the last seat? Can we get the last seat closer, please? Thank you very much. So I'm trying to balance this. I'm trying to balance it so that we can have the last speaker. So one female, one male, one female, one male. So we'll likely have... Oh, has he stepped out? Yeah, I need Mr. Hamad Lawal, please. I need his attention. Yes, please let me bring Mr. Hamad Lawal, because he's going to be the
third speaker.
Yes, it's going to be the fourth speaker. Also, join me as I invite the managing partner of Gratious Day Chambers, Barrister Abimbola Akiyemi Esquire, to please join this panel session, please. Barrister Akiyemi, we need you here. It's going to be interesting. I'm looking at the questions that would be getting insight on by our speakers, and then they're very deep. Very deep. So once he's back, Mr. Ahmed Lawal will be joining the speakers for this panel session. So quickly, ladies and gentlemen, we need your attentions, please, as we move straight to the panel session. So I know I've introduced them. I've made mention of the individuals seated here, but then we are still going to pass the microphone round to... This is a different look. Okay, it's the same person. Please, let's put your hands together for Mr. Hamad Lawal joining this panel session. Okay, so we'll be passing the microphone round. Each speaker or each panelist will just do a very brief intro once again, and then we go straight to the questions that you have with me. So we'll start with you. Just introduce yourself. I'll pass this one to you. Once it gets to the middle, we have them use the microphone, all right? So ladies and gentlemen, they'll be introducing themselves one more time, and then we'll have the panel session. Thank you.
All right, good afternoon once again. My name is Abimbola Akiyemi. I'm the managing partner for Chambers. And we run a corporate commercial dispute resolution chambers here in Osogbo, Osun State. And we service about 5 states in Nigeria presently. And we've been running since February 2021. as young partners. We started together in February 2021. And we also help businesses solve their legal disputes by ensuring that most of the disputes that they have do not get to court, because court cases can actually destroy businesses. But if we don't have court cases, we resolve them outside the court system and also prevent legal disputes for companies and corporate bodies and individuals. So that is what we do in Gratis Day Chambers. And I would say that one of our biggest clients here is Doromeko Automobile Solutions. We render all legal services, all, to Doromeko Automobile Solutions. That is why you don't see Doromeko running into legal disputes a lot. So those are the things that we do. Thank you so much.
Hi everyone, good afternoon. My name is Babalola Taiwo. I'm creative director of T-Blend Cosmetics. We are currently 8 years in business. So what we do is sell makeup, skincare, perfumes, SPMU products, and content creation tools. Thank you.
Okay, my name is Kola. I'm a chartered accountant. She mentioned about data insights. What we do is we build systems for companies. Here in Osogbo, we build for our baby food. I'm also the CFO of 8BM, so I'm representing Dr. Toby Badmus. At 8BM, what we do is we're into supply chain and logistics, and we're also into tech development. Thank you.
Hello. Good afternoon once again. My name is Ajishafe Oladoyin. I wear many caps, but the most rewarding ones. I'm the business owner of 99 Posh Outfits, the creative director at Sila Mall. I'm a farmer. I'm a real estate agent. Anything that brings money, I am there.
Good afternoon again. My name is Ahmed Lawal. I am a Baba. I caught there.
All right, thank you very much. The mic is yours. So I'll be coordinating the questions and receiving responses from the panelists, while my delightful host and co-compare would get on this seat to take questions from the audience. So the first question we have here is championed and channeled on sustaining growth. I'm going to be taking the questions one after the other, after which I would hand over the microphones to each and every one to just, touch on it. It could be 20 seconds, 30 seconds, max, so that we don't waste so much time on one question. And let me also reintroduce myself. My name is Alawode Olamide. I'm a media and events consultant. I'm also a master of ceremonies who engage different occasions and different events based on the brief that I have. So I would be hosting this wonderful panel session this moment. So we are going straight to sustaining growth. The first question I have here is, many startups struggle to stay afloat after their initial success. In your experience, what are the most critical factors? You spoke about like 3 years, she said 8, 15 years, all right? So far, the question again states, many startups struggle to stay afloat after their initial success. In your experience, what are the most critical factors for sustaining business growth over time? So if you do not have any addition to this question or any response, you can pass. But if you feel like it's something you want to share, you can request for the microphone, so I don't throw it to all the panelists at the same time. So who will be going first to answer this question on how businesses can sustain their growth after their initial success? T-Blend? Okay.
So the first one for me would be financial discipline. I feel like a lot of us lack in that aspect. Your capital can be 50 million. You're already having an interior decoration of like 20 million. That's not going to sustain you. So helps a lot. When you are building your business, you have to save because you want to grow the business, you want to expand the business. The financial discipline is just you knowing how to keep the money afloat. you don't want to go down, you want to multiply the capital, you want to make profit. So financial discipline is something that is very crucial when you are trying to grow your business.
Okay. Do we have a response from you?
All right, thank you. I think we must also have structure. Every businesses must be structured. Okay, let's say we're all here now. We have businesses to run. You are the CEO, you are the logistics partner, you are the account manager, you are everything in your business. You have to lock your office and be here, because you cannot be here and be there at the same time. But if you have structure, you have somebody who is a manager that is there supervising the business, you can attend to some other things. But you cannot be the CEO, be the person in charge of delivery, be the person in charge of this thing. It will not, yes, you can start small, but as you are building, sustainability will come when there is structure. Please, it is very, very important. Don't be the all-in-all, the alpha and the omega of your business, please.
Thank you. So let's have the last response from 99 Posh.
I would like to add to the structure, because most of us, how would I put this? When we are starting out, because we just want to get the customer and make the sales, you don't put your policy in place. I did that and it burned me. In fact, because customers will trample on you if you don't have the policy set right. I struggled a whole lot with it, but now I'm in a better place because my customers know what I stand for. But before I got there, months of no sales happened, because they will go when you are trying to restructure if you had not put it in place earlier. So make sure your policy is set, your boundaries is set. No customer will call me at 11 a.m. and be asking for size of shirt. Don't do that. I mean, they will call. So your policy must be in place.
All right, thank you very much. So this response takes us to the next question, and it says, how can small businesses build systems and structures that allow them to scale without losing their original identity or quality? How can small businesses build systems? Because you made mention of systems and structures. How can small businesses build these systems and structures that would allow them to scale up without losing their original identity or quality? All right, can we have the representative of 8PM?
Okay, so I would like to a substructure, which is the finance structure and systems for small business. For the last edition, we inside the Osogbo, it's called in detailed in terms of the substructure. So for the finance angle, the madam mentioned about data insights and all. As a small business, there are some tools you need to know if you don't have the financial capability to install, to buy some softwares. Simple softwares like a Google Sheet or even Excel for you to track your numbers, your daily numbers, your revenue. Understand? Revenue can be subdivided into your credit revenue and the cash revenue. These are very important for you to have a deeper insight about credit revenue, how much of them are in due. Understand? So these finance structure is actually very critical. It also involves the working capital management. Understand? So we need to understand. They can be technical, but I think with time as a business owner, we start with the basic, which is the revenue and your cost. And at the end of the month, I don't know if I'm actually making profit. Also understand what, I think with time as a business owner, we start with the basic, which is the revenue and your cost. And at the end of the month, I don't know if I'm actually making profit. Also understand what the difference between gross margin and the net margin. Gross margin being after removing your direct cost from this revenue, how much am I left with? And also after removing your OPEX, your light bill, your salaries and all. These basics are actually very, very important for you to know. Because once you have this system in place, once the expansion starts coming in, you'll be able to expand in terms of the system development and acquire more advanced software. But once you know this basic, month on month, you know how much I'm making per month. So if a potential investor is coming, you can easily tell them your numbers. You can tell them how much you are making, how much you are selling, and how you intend to repay either debt capital or and equity capital. So I think the financial structure is actually very key in terms of you building your systems.
Okay, so he just responded as the angle of financial responsibility about sustaining your structure. So what about, as the question entails, what do you think these startups should do to ensure that they don't lose their original identity? I'm sure 99 Posh started as 99 Posh, and she has upscaled, and she's still 99 Posh, maintaining the brand that she started with. So what do you think these young startups can do to ensure that they scale up and they don't lose their identity? Finance is very important, but how do we deal with structures on the long run?
Thank you. Knowing yourself, knowing why you started that business in the first place, would even when you are scaling, that scalability must always answer to your why. Like, why did I start this business? Whatever you do, I started out to provide quality wares. So even if there has been a time I brought in some goods from Turkey, and when the material came, it was not what I could sell. And right there, I told my staff, put it on sale. Let it just go at my cost price. And make sure you tell the customers that are buying that I do not certify this material. I'm not giving it my 100%. So if you are buying, you know I am not. Recently, some students from one of the private unis, they want to source for their departmental uniforms, green, lilac, and all. They reached out to me, and I told them I have shirts of this quality. I have 17.5, I have 40,000, I have 50,000. And they're like, oh no, it's too expensive for them to buy. And I told them there is the one of 6,000 naira. There is shirts of 4,000 naira. I can source for it because I know how to get it, but you will not find it on my rack. And I am not going to package it with 99 Posh bag for you. Yes, I'm not going to deliver with 99 Posh bag because I know the quality is not going to represent me. So you must always answer to your why, even when you are scaling. 2, let your socials be to your advantage. Automated messages. Sign up on Linktree. Your WhatsApp has an embedded website in it. Use your advantage. The cheapest form of meta ads is on WhatsApp. That's one. You can run ads with 1,000 naira, and you will get people. It might be many of them. How much? But out of 10, how much? Or 100, how much? Depending on what your creatives are, you will be able to get something out of it. And 3, even if you are selling without a physical structure yet, program your mind like, okay, I need to pay rent. I need to pay bills. Because by the time you now feel like, oh, I want to open the shop, you now open shop. But before, the money you were making, you were not you did not put it into the factor that you wanted to pay rent, that you wanted to pay staff. But all of a sudden, you feel you have arrived and you want to get a store. You need to pay rent. NEPA will come. All signage will not be your paddy. They will come. Tax people, they are actively working now. You cannot imagine. They would come. Are you prepared? Government policies. Are you abreast? 2026 now, we all have to start paying tax. Either we like it or yes. Either yes or yes. We have to pass. Are you prepared for it? Are we all here prepared for that? Because I don't know, it's not an excuse with the government. Are we all prepared for it? So you need to understand all this so that you can comfortably scale. Scaling means you can conveniently, as you are, settle your bills. As I am, I can settle my bills. Now, scaling is, how do I move from A to A1? You see, I did not mention B. A to A1 without stressing myself, without losing my mind. How do I comfortably just move a little bit? Because most of us, you just want to have 150 million in your account all of a sudden and start running business. No. I keep telling people, if you have 100 million today and you don't have a proper structure, you will burn through it in less than 6 months. It will finish and you will not be able to account for anything. So your structure, use your website, use your tools, the available tools you have. You are the MD CEO, you are the accountant, use tools, use invoice apps to send invoice. Don't just send this one, this account, this one, total, this one. Package yourself. Send the invoice, use invoice app and send the invoice. They will take you more serious. You want to send me a baking, my cake, whatever. The girl that bakes my children's cake, sorry. She knows I have 4 kids. I have four kids. And I have February, March, April, and August. February, March, April, August. Once it's February, she will be sending me pictures of what are we making for March? What are we making for April? She will send the pictures, send the catalog and everything. Now, just do what you like. Just send me something. So some of you, you will just send clothes. You will not check back. How was the fitting? Share like, how was it that you get your own review? You just send the item and okay, like that. No. As a young entrepreneur that wants to scale, every single comment counts. Every single comment counts. You should grow with your customers in mind. You grow with them. This story is so long, but just grow with your customers.
Thank you. We need to be very time conscious because we have a lot of numbers. We have a lot of questions that will be addressed this moment. So you want to add something? Thank you.
All right. She mentioned that by 2026 we'll start paying tax, right? But you know that you will incur more tax liabilities if you still receive business money in your personal account. Separate your business from your personal account. So if you keep receiving your business money into your personal account, if your uncle sends you millions, they may tag it as business money because you are running your business as you. So separate your business and keep records, please. Because for business owners, particularly business names, you are only entitled to pay what we call value-added tax, which is just about 10% of your sales. And don't forget, it is not the actual price of sales. That is why it is important to keep record of your income and record of your expenditure. These are the things that would help you. So if you are buying, for instance, a laptop at 120,000 and you are selling at 140,000, please keep the record of how much you paid to get those products and how much you are selling, because the tax should only be on the profit on the goods. Because when you are buying originally, you had paid value-added tax. So if you are selling, you should not pay double again. But you know, because we don't have all of this bookkeeping structure in our businesses, we don't even know and track. She could say that she's getting this particular product at 120 and she's selling it at 120 because she knows the cost price. But a lot of us will just lump all of these things together. So for tax liabilities to reduce next year, please, one, separate your business from your person. Even if it's a business name, it is simple now. It's very easy to open a Money Point or OP account for businesses. Run your business separately, have your personal investments or whatever separately. Please, it is very important.
Okay, so a quick one, for those of us that are here. You just made mention of it's easy to open a business account for Money Point and OP. By the time this tax stuff happens and the tax clearance and all those stuff, do you recognize those OP and Money Points, those business accounts?
Yes. Because if you are registering your business with Corporate Affairs Commission, you now have what is called TIN, Tax Identification Number. That's the same thing as tax ID. Now, for me as a person, when I started my law firm, with the law firm itself, its income is separate. Now, as a person working, I am required to pay what we call personal income tax. So, whatever I am earning personally, whether from my salaries or whatever, it is liable to tax. It is tax deductible. So, it is different. So, but now, when you are combining your business with your person, you are paying both VAT on your income and you are now paying personal income tax on the same income. So you must be able to separate. All businesses, once they are registered, you may not know, but you have what we call joint businesses. Once they are registered, you may not know, but you have what we call joint tax board tax identification number. It is automatic for all businesses that are registered now. In the past, we used to go to FIRS office at along Aberi to get our TIN, that's tax identification number. It's now easy for every business. So once you are registered, you have your tax identification number. You cannot even open a bank account without the tax identification number. So you would have it on your certificate, the Corporate Affairs Commission certificate. It is very, very important. So it separates your business income from your personal income.
Just to add to that, so we completed the tax audit for a company here in Osogbo. So what the company have been doing is they have some subsidiaries. So they receive income from their car sales, bakery and all. So they slammed them about 50-something million naira. So we did a tax audit. What we did was work back from January, each transaction from the account, try and bring out each of the invoices. So what they are trying to do is now CBN and FIRS, they'll be sharing data, understand? So they will give them direct API from all bank records. So as a business owner, if you are selling 100,000, make sure that you have an invoice to back that, understand? So if your businesses are zero VATed, for example, baby products, pharmacies, you are not able to pay VAT. But if your business is VATable, you add 7.5 VAT, understand? There's another way around that, but just ensure that you're adding VAT, understand? So what VAT means is there's what they call a net VAT, like what you mentioned. If you are selling 200, you bought at 100 and you sell at 120, that 20 is the 7.5 that will be added. So at the end of the month, you file. If you are making zero, then you are not making anything, you still file. And make sure you are filing every month. Because once you are not filing, there are penalties that will be. I would say very, very critical. We need to now start looking at, because the government is trying to look at non-tax, non-oil revenue, which is tax is one of the biggest amounts. I think we need to do a master class on its own on tax, because it's very, very critical.
Thank you very much. We'll be having more insights on tax and the likes. Maybe after this, we'd like to put something together to enlighten people. So this takes us to the third question, still under the sustaining growth session. And this says, what common mistakes do you see entrepreneurs make when trying to sustain growth, and how can they avoid them? What common mistakes do you see entrepreneurs make when trying to sustain growth, and how can they avoid them? That's the question. Anybody who wants to start? Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Common mistakes. Number one, living large. That's the first common mistake, living large. Eating from the proceeds of your business. If you are starting out, for the first 3-4 years, you cannot take from what your business makes if you want to grow your business. I know that some of you are saying, I know that some of you are saying, If you are starting out for the next 3-4 years, you cannot take shishi out of what your business makes. So you see, that's the problem. It's not. So you're not. There's a difference between doing business for survival and doing business for growth. If you are doing business for survival, you will be chopping what you are seeing. There's a difference between doing business for survival and doing business for growth. If you are doing business for survival, you will be chopping what you are seeing. If you are doing business for growth, you will put everything back into that business until that business can confidently take care of you. Do you know the failure rate of businesses in Nigeria? It's more than 95%. The businesses that fail in the first 5 years in Nigeria. In other places, is 1 in 5 businesses that make it beyond 5 years. And that's 20%. In Nigeria, it's 1 in 10, or maybe 1 in 20. So the businesses that make it beyond 5 years are just 5%, as against the 20% that we have in other parts of the world. This is the only reason why it is so. When you start a business in this country, you put all of your bukata on the business. Your business is a separate entity. It's not something that you do to feed on the side. So if you have a business and you don't have, you must do something else that will sustain you. It's not your business that will sustain you. You are selling perfume online, and then when you sell one, maybe your markup is 40%. You take 20% of it and you use it and buy shawarma. That business is already dead. That business is already dead. So if you are selling perfume online, every single money you make from that perfume, you must be used to buy another perfume.
Yes.
So you are asking question, what will you be eating? What you will be eating is the bricklayer that you are going to do by the side. Yes, you must do something else by the side that sustains you and give back 100% to your business. If you want to grow, I'm not saying it's compulsory. I'm saying if you want to grow the business into something that you can sit down here and confidently say that they brought 1 million, you reject it. That's what you must do. That's what you must do. Yes, sir.
But there's no time for general questions now.
Sorry, no, I think it's a build-up question.
You can note it. I will continue because the moment we accommodate one question, other questions will be coming.
So that's
up.
it.
Yes.
Noted.
Note the question, please.
You must
write it down.
100% of what you make back to your business. Let me give you an instance. When we started Essence, we started in Ilorin. We were paying rent of over 1.5 million naira monthly. And at that time, they were selling 2012 Corolla for 2.5 million. In 2016. You can confirm these figures. 2012 Corolla was selling for 2.5 million. My monthly rent was 1.5 million. I rented a house behind the mall. I would trek from my house to the mall, follow the back gate, enter, trek back from the mall to my house. I did not have a car, and I was in 2016. If you are paying 1.5 million naira in rent, it's like you paying 15 million naira now. So I was not poor, but I did not have a car. I had only 3 shirts and 2 jeans. It's not a motivational speaker. I can call somebody and put it on speaker. Yinka is here, he knows me. At the time that I employed Yinka in 2018, was it 2018? How many shirts did I have? In 2018, take mic. He was my employee in 2018. Now he works for the federal government. He can tell you. So you don't live large when you are not large. Because even if you collect loan and you are now spending the money, you will still end up in debt. So you must look for other means to sustain yourself and use your business money to sustain the business. The business will grow to a stage when it can confidently and comfortably sustain you.
Thank you very much. Barrister.
I think one of the mistakes that we make is the fact that we don't like to collaborate as small business owners. You think that if you go to meet, for instance, I want to go into cosmetics, so I go to meet T-Blends, she will see me as a competition. No, most times it doesn't work that way. You would learn a lot and relearn, and I will share my personal experience. The first time I paid salaries in my life, I was left with 5,000 naira. I could not pay myself. I remember I was telling my friend then, Afo, that there is no money in the account again. It's 5,000 naira that is in me. And because we were bootstrapping, I have to leave that 5,000 naira because we buy fuel, we buy paper, we travel. Now, all of these things, then I remember that the first time I had cash flow in my life was after that experience. I went online, started searching for how to run a business properly. Then I learned that you must understand what is called cash flow. have like a cash flow. So now, from that time to date, I make sure that I keep record of everything, including the littlest thing. And whatever I don't know, I don't pretend as if I know. I'll tell you that please give me a few minutes or give me a few time. I'll go and consult with people that I know are knowledgeable in my own field. And those are the things that we don't do. So fashion designers here, somebody will just send you a picture of the particular clothes and the next thing they are jumping to it. No. Learn from those who might have, yes, that have done it in the past. So let us learn to collaborate. Let us learn to also be receptive to educating ourselves in our industry. And please, it is important, collaborate with those who are ahead of you in your industry. A lot of us make that mistake, but please, enough is enough. Nobody will see you as a competition. Thank
you very much. So, from that response, we've been able to highlight discipline and collaboration. The question that we just worked on was, what are the common mistakes entrepreneurs make when they're trying to sustain growth? And we had a very good response on some entrepreneurs not having financial discipline and others not collaborating. So that takes us away from the question session on sustaining growth. We are moving to a question session on building new grounds. So we are moving from sustaining growth and now we are building new grounds. So the first question that we have here that is detailed and is going directly to our speakers is, what strategies have worked for you when entering new markets or industries? T-Blend, she sells cosmetics, makeup products, perfumes, household items, and the likes. That's you crossing from one industry to another, you know, even though they are all under cosmetics, but you know, moving from one item, you know, expanding. 99 Posh has just introduced herself as a real estate person, fashion, and everything that makes money. Essence just spoke about being a barber, doing ashoke, content creation, you know. So except from our barrister and our financial analyst here. Oh, what did you say? Yeah, so you need to IT, you know, tech is quite. So the question is, what has actually worked for you in trying to conquer new industries, entering new markets? What has worked for you? Because we'll have some creatives here, we'll have some entrepreneurs here that also want to expand. So what has worked for you?
Personally, I
Not,
don't.
sorry, strategies.
These strategies.
Emphasis on the word strategies.
Okay, how I was able to move into the fields. You look for opportunities. Make sure you are able, you can sense opportunity when it's around you. Don't be so focused on, I am a designer. If they carry any other business to my front, I will not do. Focus on designing, and you might actually be able to do something else. So you must be open to opportunities. Be open to opportunities. When you see an opportunity, this real estate I mentioned, a friend abroad just called. We went to the unit together and he said, babe, I want to get a property and only you I trust for that site. So got the land, started building, and the rest is history. So if I call myself a real estate, I was able to buy land. I know the process, got a lawyer, did the whole paperwork, you know. And my fashion business, there was a time, sorry I would have to explain this. There was a time Nigeria said they wanted to push more money into production. The president said it. And I was really excited watching the news. And I thought to myself, what would happen if they actually ban importation? Because I depend on importation. What would happen if importation was banned today? Would I run out of business? And that was what bettered Seal Amor. Seal Amor is my fashion factory where we make ready to wear. We sample it, but majorly I sell to other boutiques outside Osogbo in bundles. We brand clothes, we make adire, anything African. I brought in machines, 20 you, all the machines, I have them. And I started producing for other boutique owners, using the quality that I know, maintaining that quality even in the finishing of our products. So you must learn to be open to opportunities. That is the number one strategy.
All right, thank you. So quickly before you respond, I want to channel this other question to you so you could combine the two. Innovation is key to building new grounds. How do you foster a culture of innovation in your organization? Innovation is key to building new grounds. How do you foster a culture of innovation in your organization? Innovation could also stand as a strategy here. So how do you foster innovation into organizations?
So let me react to that. I will comment more in detail in the first question. So for innovation, I think the companies need to increase their budget on R, which is research and development. So I was reading a report about Samsung. What's Samsung budget on R&D? Budget. The budget is about close to $70 billion every year for R&D. So just they are paying people to just think about what is the next thing in terms of development and all. Recently, I think Jonah of Facebook, Mark, he was trying to pouch a technical guy from OpenAI, which is like ChatGPT, even offered up to $4 billion on salaries. So people pay a lot for intangible.
I think he has just given us the secret. Very wonderful way, and that's like a strong. collaborations. Environment like Nigeria's. What role does collaboration or partnership play in ensuring that people break into new frontiers? Yes. In ensuring that people break into new frontiers, especially in a challenging economic environment like Nigeria. What role does collaboration